Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Virtue's Last Reward. Well, guess what? We're on the moon. I still can't wrap my head around this, but here we are, and this is where we are, and now we have to deal with it. So Tenmyoji has a lot to say, and I believed that the minute I heard that we were on the moon that he would have a lot to say. Hopefully, he's going to tell us exactly what happened to Earth and how this came about. I don't expect that this is going to be a nice story at all. About 45 years ago, on April 13th, 2029, there were 18 annihilation reactors operating in various parts of the world. Well, that doesn't sound good at all, for a start.
On the 13th, all 18 of them went up, all at the same time.
Oh my goodness.
The explosion was about 180,000 times as powerful as the atom bomb they dropped on Hiroshima.
What? Jesus Christ. What? Why?
I suppose it started a few months before that.
Okay.
The government had a test site for a future Mars mission out in the middle of Nevada.
Yes, I believe that they did.
On December 31st, 2028, there was an accident.
Oh, okay.
Well, accident doesn't quite convey the right sense of the thing.
Well, we know all about that year, don't we? Well, not that particular date, but that year and December, we know about that. Accident. Oh, this might be the thing that we've heard about already.
The point is, Radical 6 claimed its first victims there, then escaped.
That was probably the recording that we have heard prior. I mean, it's been a while now since we've heard that recording, right? But I believe that's what he's referring to.
Didn't take long for it to spread to the rest of the world.
Right, okay. That's how it started.
Like Luna explained, the virus slows your brain down, but eventually, it also makes you kill yourself.
Right.
Pretty soon, the bodies started to pile up.
Oh no, I don't like this. Oh no.
Some people would take a dive off a building or shoot themselves in the head.
Oh, guys.
Classics.
Right.
But for some, it was poison, or fire, or asphyxiation, or the noose.
Oh, jeez, goodness me. I'm sorry. Please be careful watching this.
Plenty of people jumped in front of trains or cars.
Oh.
One pilot on a passenger airline drove his plane into the ground.
Oh no.
Most forms of transportation ground to a halt pretty fast.
This is awful.
That meant food couldn't get distributed.
Of
Thousands
course.
of people who weren't even infected died from starvation.
Oh my goodness. Remember how I said it was probably terrible? This, worse than I thought, just having it out in words, I suppose.
Everywhere you went, there were just piles of corpses.
Oh, good
covered in
lord.
flies and rats and crows.
Can you believe? Can we stop for a minute? Like, this man has been through all this.
I don't know what hell's like, but I imagine it's a lot like that.
Jesus Christ. That's terrible.
After a while, people who managed to avoid getting infected started trying to get in touch with one another.
Of course, right?
They got a hold of some radios and organized a couple meetings.
Right? Okay, I'm envisioning Fallout kind of things, yes.
There was only one thing to discuss, of course. How could they get rid of Radical 6?
Right, of course, because that's always going to be like a problem.
The answer, they decided, was purification.
Okay, I don't like the sound of that.
They figured they could just roast the surface of the Earth and that'd kill the virus off for good.
Oh, yeah, but then how would people live? Is that the best idea? Well, it looks like they did it, whether or not it was the best. No, with this music and everything, please. Oh,
On
no.
April 13th of 2029, they put their plan into effect.
I see.
That plan was to detonate all 18 annihilation reactors.
Oh, boy. Boy, I hope they were sure about that, because that's kind of permanent.
Now the truth is, that's mostly just rumor.
Rumor?
Nobody really knows what happened.
Oh, they don't know why it exactly happened?
But I've got my own theories.
Okay. Are you going to tell me about those?
I think that the bombers had already been infected.
Oh, of course. I mean, that could be an absolute possibility, right?
And when they died, they took billions with them.
Oh, dear. Oh, no.
The ultimate if I die, you're coming with me gesture.
It was already bad, but that made it absolutely worse. No question.
I bet you money they'd all lost it long before they got to the reactors.
Oh, no.
Killing most of the world, no matter how bad things had gotten, was not a sane plan.
No, of course not. That's why I was wondering how they could have done it. That makes sense, though. That's probably exactly what happened.
Even if it wasn't directly responsible, Radical 6 killed most of the people on Earth.
Right, okay. Oh boy.
Anyway, why it happened isn't that important. Point is, it happened.
Right, okay, I get you. Oh no.
You ever heard of nuclear winter?
Yeah, I have.
That's basically what we got.
Right, of course.
The explosions threw a ton of crap up into the stratosphere, where it joined up with smoke and ash from all the fires.
Right, okay.
It blotted out the sun for 7 years.
Oh my goodness.
Plants withered and animals died by the millions.
Oh.
The few humans who were left banded together to survive. They were rough times.
Yeah, I bet. I mean, yes.
Eventually they were over, though. The sky cleared and the sun came back.
Right, okay. I can't believe he's gone through all that.
Plants started blooming again, and the animals that hadn't died out completely began to reappear.
Right?
Things weren't quite back to normal, though.
Well, of course.
It's been 45 years now, but there's still quite a bit of dust and ash in the air.
Sure.
That's what you're seeing.
Right. Oh, yeah, the red reflection, right? I'm assuming.
You know why a sunset's red? Well, this is the same thing.
Right, of course, yeah.
Blue and green light have short wavelengths, and they scatter when they run into debris in the air. Red light, on the other hand, has a longer wavelength, which means it'll get a lot farther when the air's dirty.
Yes.
So there you are.
All right, I get it. But I wonder the state of Earth now. Like you said, it was getting better, but I wonder how much better it actually is. I mean, he's here. There were some people that survived, him and Quark.
The Earth looks red because that's the only color of light that can make it through the atmosphere.
Yep, yeah. I get it. So it looks maybe a little worse than it is, but it's probably still very bad, right? I was speechless. What could I possibly say? There was no reason for Tenmyoji to lie. I don't think he is. So we were standing on the moon, looking at the Earth. Boy, oh my God. It was 2074. But why? Why were we there? Why were we then? Oof. I hope I can make sense of the timeline, I really do. I was so lost in thought that I barely noticed Vi's approach.
Hey, Sigma.
What's up? Are you alright?
I think I figured something out.
What's that? What's that, dear? What have you got? A window popped up on the inside of my helmet with Whisper in the corner. She seemed to be using a circuit only we could hear. Dang, how'd you do that? Yeah? What is it?
I figured out why there's an extra E.
An extra E? What? You mean... Oh, in the ninth lion? Is that what she's talking about? An extra E. Oh, you mean the graffiti?
Yeah, the one on floor B.
Yeah, I remember. Why were you thinking about that
It's
now?
an anagram, just like on floor A.
Oh, of course. What's Anna say this time?
God damn it, Sigma.
Listen, okay, that was a little funny, but maybe now's not the time.
Knock it off.
Okay.
Memento mori if the ninth lion ate the sun.
Right? Well, I'm no good at anagrams at all, because I'm gonna need your help.
If you rearrange the letters, you get...
You get?
The man on the moon rules the infinite time.
Whoa. Okay. I see. The man on the moon. Is that 0? Because there's a couple of men here.
See?
Right, I see. The man on the moon
You need
rules
6
the infinite
E's to
time.
get that.
Right, of course, so they had to have that.
So they stuck an extra one in ninth.
I gotcha. Who's the man on the moon? It's gotta be 0, though, true? Right? The man on the moon rules the infinite time. Huh.
I think it's a message for us from Zero Senior and Akane.
I think so, too.
Remember what she was telling us?
Mm-hmm.
We created the AB project
Right.
for one purpose.
Her and him, yes.
To transport the consciousnesses of 2 people into the past.
Right.
Those 2 people are you, Sigma, and you, Vi.
I mean, does the man on the moon, that doesn't represent Sigma, does it? So, what are you getting at?
My God, you're slow.
Yes. Well, I have Radical 6.
You don't get it?
Listen.
They're saying we rule the infinite time.
Right, okay.
Infinite time.
Infinite time.
They weren't just talking about having us jump a couple hours.
Right, I understand that.
I think they're planning to send us back. Way back.
To before the pandemic. See, I was thinking that had to be it. Like I said in the last one, there's no way that this was just set up to save Akane like before. That would be way too big and an elaborate of a plan with too much risk for just that. They need to go back to stop this, don't they? They need to go back to stop this. This whole thing, like everything, even what Temioji just spoke about. Wait a minute. Are you saying that you think they're going to send us back 45 years?
Yeah,
I bet too.
I'd bet on it.
Uh-huh. I think she's right. Oh, no. Well, damn, is that going to work, though? So the ultimate purpose of the AB project is to send us back in time to that catastrophe that Tenmyoji was talking about?
I think so.
It would have to be them then, yes. But why them? Could they really find nobody else that could have done this? We know about so many other espers. Why Sigma and Phi? How are they related? Are they related to Akane or Zero Senior in some way that we're not understanding? Because why else? Or were they really just the only two people they could have found with this kind of talent? I don't know if I believe that part. Not when we saw how many people just had these kind of powers in the other game. Right? That doesn't make sense, though. I mean, we came from that same time period, before it, actually. So why bring us here and then send us back? That's what I'm wondering. They were already there, but I think they needed to do this to develop their powers, no? But there's got to be another relation that I don't know.
Well, Akane should be able to tell us the rest.
I wonder if she can or will.
Let's go pay her a visit.
Okay. Do you know where she is?
I've got an idea.
You do? Well, it's not out here, surely. So wait, does that mean we're going back in?
Come on, think.
Well, where else are we gonna go?
Remember what she said when she gave you the key?
I do remember that we have that to open something.
Tu fui ego eris.
Yes. I remember. I forgot that was there. I forgot that it was there. That was my fault. We have seen it, but we've only seen that once, have we not? And I totally forgot that it was there, and it has a keyhole, so let's be honest. That was my fuck up. The grave, the one in the garden, I totally forgot about this. Now, it's right that this would be the only timeline that we would see this now, because, like, we fixed things. Before, we didn't know this was there. This was only in this timeline, was it not? At the very beginning.
Well, come on, what are you waiting for?
Oh, God, okay.
Let's go.
If she's in there, and she was in there at the beginning of this timeline, like I think, she could either be alive or dead, just like the cat, right? We turned and ran back into the pressure exchange chamber, the others following close behind. Wait a minute, though. Didn't the number 9 door close? How are we gonna get back in now? Wait, am I stupid? Am I wrong about that? I thought once it opens, it closes forever. How are they gonna get back in?
What are you doing?
Also, we gotta explain it to them, because they're not gonna understand, are they?
Did you forget something?
Listen, isn't it late for that now? We're going to go have a talk with somebody.
Who?
Why does Kay sound so different? Is it just me, or does he sound different? Or maybe we've just not heard this much, like, emotion in his voice before, but he does sound different to me. You really need me to spell it out? The person behind all this.
You mean Akane?
Yeah. What?
I'll take that as a yes.
So he knows. I mean, we know that they're related somehow. We've got to figure that out, too.
Let me accompany you then.
So he does sound different to me. He already understands that this is it in this timeline because things have changed?
Wait,
Or does he just remember everything?
why do you know about Akane?
Also, please answer that.
I'll tell you when we get there.
Okay.
Now, if you please.
Right, all right.
I'm coming with you.
He's starting to... Well, of course. I figured you would.
You folks just said the magic word.
Of course. I need them to reunite. I need this for my heart. Please let it be... Please don't let her be dead in there.
I'm going to the
She wouldn't be, though, because we absolutely fixed that timeline, so I'm assuming she's not dead, but she's in a grave all the same, which makes me a little nervous about that.
So am I.
All right, everyone's coming, I guess. Clover?
Hey, is this Akane you're talking about?
Yeah, the one that you know. Do you remember?
Yeah,
She'll come too, of course.
you know her real well.
Wait. You're not...
Oh, she doesn't know.
You're serious?
She doesn't know.
What the hell is going on?
Oh my gosh, this reunion. I don't know if I'm ready. Shut up. Just shut up. Come if you want to. We don't need to do roll call. Once we get there, Akane can explain everything. God, I fucking hope so. This is getting confusing. With that, we headed back through the airlock. Oh my gosh. Okay. Wait a minute, though. I must be an idiot because, like, I thought that once the door closed, that's the end of it. Or do they mean that once you leave, you can reopen the door, but just no one's done that yet? Is that just a thing we don't understand? I guess maybe the game's gonna show us. Well, I hope it does. I hate it sometimes that I, like, focus on those tiny little details that keep me from doing the whole big scope. Well, whatever, we're opening it. Whatever. It's happening because the game said it's happening. Or maybe in this timeline, the door is programmed to open. Who knows? I was under the impression that once it closes, that's the end of it, though.
Ah, clever.
Yeah.
The number 9 door on floor A is shut forever once the game ends.
Right, that's what I said.
Assuming Zero Jr. was telling the truth, of course.
Yeah. We've seen it happen in other timelines.
But the door on floor B...
Oh, wait.
Yeah. Thought we might be able to take the lift to it.
Oh, truly?
And it
Oh,
looks like I was right.
oh, that's what happened. What the? That's probably how Dio got in.
Any idea where Akane might be?
Well, I have got good news and bad news. Which do you want first? Yeah. The grave.
Wait, you mean the grave in the garden?
No, I mean, that doesn't sound the best, does it? Yeah. Don't worry. I don't think she's buried there or anything. Chances are she's alive. Just in the grave. Well, how though? There was stuff on top of it. Anyway, let's move. To the garden. I hope maybe... Oh, you know what? Oh, maybe she's in like a chamber or something in there. I wonder. It's gotta be that, right? Well, let's just see before I get ahead of myself. Let's let the game take us there. Oof. I'm just trying to be prepared, and like there's no way to be prepared. Man, everything really does happen in here, doesn't it? Like in here in the infirmary. There it is.
Is Akane really under here?
I mean, I hope she's okay. I think so.
What should we do?
Well,
Are we gonna dig her out?
no. I don't think we'll have to do anything like that. Maybe the key opens it, right? You see the keyhole in the grave? If I just insert this here. Oh, guys, don't. You're gonna do it, though. I pulled the key off my ankle and fitted it into the hole. Oh, Jesus. I twisted it to the right until I heard something unlock. With a quiet grinding, the grave began to shift. Oh, sure enough. Look at that.
What is this?
Oh my goodness, okay. Oh gosh.
It doesn't look like a coffin.
Now, I can't remember now because it's been too long and that's my problem. They haven't seen the treatment pods in this particular route? I'm assuming no. Well, they haven't because they remarked about it.
Yeah,
But we have.
it's a treatment pod.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Okay.
It is, isn't it?
Mm-hmm. So now we know there's 4, right? There's not just the 3 in the other room. There's another one. That could mean something too. The glass on the cover had frosted over, making it opaque. We couldn't see who or what was in it.
Let's see what's inside.
Oh boy, okay, I'm nervous. I hope she's okay in there. I'm assuming, though, that she is okay in there. Oof. Let's just hope, though. I don't want any bad news now. She grabbed a hold of the lever on the side of the pod.
No good.
No, I think you have to unlock it.
I think it's locked.
Yeah. What? What? Hello?
Treatment pod TP 00. Stage 1. Defrosting complete.
Okay, we've gone through this before. We've seen this somewhere else. So, okay, we have to wait for the same procedure.
Stage 2 will be complete in 10 minutes.
Okay, well, this is going to be an awkward 10 minutes, I think.
Once stage 2 is complete, the lock will automatically disengage.
Thank you. Okay. Right. Cold sleep.
What?
Yeah. Of course. These pods can put people into cold sleep. It uses something called CAS to freeze human bodies without destroying their cells.
So, Ms. Akane's like an ice cube?
Well, kinda. I think so.
Then we gotta wait till she melts?
I think so. Well, yeah.
So how about you tell us your story while we wait, Kay?
Okay, that would be fantastic. Can you do that?
Specifically, why do you know Akane?
Right. Talk to me about that. Now, we know why ourselves, but we didn't really hear her name in the other one. We only heard a story in the other one about the lady. We've just made the connection that she is the lady. So, Kay, will you tell us everything? That's kind of why it wasn't a shock to me at first when he just said her name out loud, but it should have been because I forgot, after all this, that he'd never actually said out loud that he knew her.
I remembered.
Yeah, that's what I had a feeling that this would jog his memory, right? I was hoping.
What do you remember?
Everything.
Okay, here we go. Let's have it.
I was born and raised in this facility. It's called
Yep.
Rhizome 9.
Where have we heard that before?
A rhizome is an underground plant stem that spreads by sending out roots.
Right, I understand.
Kind of makes sense, doesn't it?
Yeah.
This facility is a little like a rhizome.
We've also seen that before. If you recall, we did a puzzle about it.
Supposedly, that's why they call these installations that.
Boy, everything is really tied in, isn't it? Like, even down to the smallest detail.
The number comes from the facility's number. There are 54 rhizomes on the moon, and this is the 9th one.
One sec, please. I'm sorry to do this now. It's just making me wonder. What is... No, not this. Hang on, I'm sorry. Don't we have something on? Don't we have a paper or something that says Rhizome 9? Am I stupid? I'm sorry to do this. It was bugging me though. Like, don't we? God, this really, because this game and the other game too, like, really has right here. Right here. Look at Nevada test site, Rhizome 9. So this is like sites, possibly more of them right here. I don't know what this exactly is, but it's here too. It's here too. And wasn't it also in the recording that we heard? I'm sorry, I just like to see these details because I want to remind myself.
Well, I suppose the other ones don't really matter to you, do they?
Well, not unless something important happened there that's related to this.
In any event, I grew up here with Akane and Zero Senior.
Right, in this one. I understand.
I watched them create the AB project.
You did? Okay.
The AB project?
See, they haven't heard this yet.
Yes. Its purpose is to send Phi and Sigma, or their consciousnesses at least, to the past.
But he knew all of that. Back 45 years, right?
Yes.
But he knew that too. What?
So, you want us to change history, huh?
Yeah, it's exactly what it is, I know.
Go back and keep Radical 6 from getting out, and stop
Yep.
the reactors from exploding.
Now we have the bigger picture.
That's our mission?
Yep.
Well, not exactly.
Oh? That's not it? What do you mean?
It's true that the ultimate goal of the project is to keep Radical 6 from spreading to the general population.
Okay.
But even if you do make it back, you won't be able to do much.
What? In what sense?
By now, it's already too late.
Oh. Wait, what do you mean?
Too late?
What does that mean? What do you mean?
Let me begin at the beginning.
Yes, please. I'm very confused.
You might be thinking that Zero Senior and Akane were the ones who created all this.
Well, didn't they say that?
But that's not entirely correct.
Okay.
They only followed the histories they'd already seen.
Oh, okay.
It was the only choice they had.
I see.
Nothing less than the future of mankind is at stake.
Right?
We need the two of you to jump through timelines while maintaining your memories.
We need him and those two? Him, Akane, and Zero Sr.?
That is why you had to play the AB game, and why the chromatic doors were necessary.
I see, right? To get them to jump often.
By forcing multiple options, you could make numerous jumps.
Yes, I understand that part.
We speculated that jumping more would strengthen your memories.
We also have that, yeah. Really
puzzles
just
were
a lot
also
like the
there for a
nonary game,
purpose.
the first ones, the first two. It's kind of similar, right? The puzzles too.
Some theories hold that a moment of insight when you solve a puzzle strengthens your connection
Of
to the fourth
course,
dimension.
it gets like anything. It gets your brain working. They put in an aspect of danger. They put you in a weird situation where these things will happen. We know that,
That was the reason for the puzzles.
right? So it's very similar to the first one in that respect.
Your infection with Radical 6 was also a vital part of our plan.
Yes, that was the part that really blew my mind. I can't believe that little detail.
By slowing down your brain's processing speed, we can store your potential.
Right.
With that energy stored up, we just had to provide a life or death situation
Yeah.
to launch your consciousness into the fourth dimension.
Right. Of course.
Like a bullet from a slingshot.
You're not the first person to have said that. Interesting. Really does talk like her too.
Wait,
Now I'm starting to understand. Like these little details, though. I mean, to be fair, Kay has kind of been talking like her the whole time.
hold on just a minute here.
What's up, Ten?
You keep talking about Sigma and Phi.
Yeah. There are other espers here, though. That's the thing. Clover, Ten Myoji, Akane too. How does that factor in?
But what about the rest of us?
Yeah, that too.
Why did you bring us here?
And why isn't everyone here an esper like before? Why is there only a few?
That's simple.
Is it? Oh, shoot. Now I'm gonna feel stupid.
In earlier histories, you were all here in Rhizome 9.
Wait, everybody? How? Clover and Alice and Quark too?
We needed you here to accurately replicate those histories.
What? Wait, do they remember? When was that?
Although I suppose that's probably not a good enough explanation for you.
Not really. Can you go a little further into that, please?
In a sense, though, it is the truth. Our primary goal was to replicate history.
Right, okay.
The rest is...
The rest is...
Yes. I suppose I should explain.
Yeah, please. I feel kind of stupid right now. Wait, am I overlooking something?
Very well.
Okay.
I will try and do so in a way you can understand.
Yes, please. Explain it like I'm 5.
First, Alice and Clover.
Yeah, explain them.
They were abducted 45 years and 1 month ago, on
Right.
December 22nd, 2028.
Okay. Couple of days before the big date,
The location is Earth, of course.
right? Of course, before anything weird had happened.
More specifically, Los Angeles, California.
Oh, Pog.
Correct?
Yes.
That's what they remember last, right?
Yeah.
After being kidnapped, your bodies were sent to a facility under Akane's direction.
Okay.
You were placed in treatment pods and immediately put into cold sleep.
Oh, so they have no timeline. So they were there, but they don't remember being there, of course. They were just there.
4 months later, you arrived at this facility.
Oh, okay. So they were in cold sleep for 4 months just sitting somewhere before they got here, even.
The date you finally arrived was April 14th, 2029.
Okay.
Your trip from Earth to this facility was aboard a spaceship powered by an annihilation engine.
How the fuck? How is he just remembering all this now?
Following your arrival, your pods were placed in long-term storage.
He knew this the whole time? Well, subconsciously, I mean. Okay, following your arrival, your pods were placed in long-term storage. Right, because they had to be here for many, many years.
Does that make sense?
That's why they haven't aged.
Are you telling me we were sleeping in those pods here for 45 years?
Ooh, yeah, that's a hard truth to take, isn't it? Like her reaction is even less than I expected.
Yes.
Oh, jeez, because what do you do when you've heard that, right?
In preparation for this day.
Oh, brother, oh no.
But why? What do you need us for?
That's what I'm saying. I get maybe Clover, but why do they need Alice?
You are an Esper, Aren't you, Clover?
Yes, but Alice is not. Is
I
she?
mean that you are able to access the fourth dimension.
Yes, but it's like, who's she giving the information to? Snake's not here.
Am I wrong?
Well, I hope they explain it.
Did Akane tell you?
In a manner of speaking.
Oh, okay. Well, I mean, they were close, right? Kay supposedly was raised by Akane in this facility.
As I've already explained, the purpose of this project is to send Sigma and Phi's consciousnesses to the past.
I get that, but why does having espers around... I thought having espers around espers can sometimes be a problem, or does it heighten it? Because Clover had told us before, in another timeline, that she couldn't do it. She was being blocked somehow.
Espers are able to sort of resonate with one another.
Right,
which can amplify their power.
Well, that's what happened in the first game, but then what explains her not being able to use her power then?
You understand?
Because wouldn't that mean that her powers would grow being around others, especially like Ten and Phi and Sigma?
This is why we brought you here, Clover.
Right, but I guess hopefully they're gonna explain it. Because that's a big question that I have.
What about me?
She's on her hand phone all day. She can't get through. And yes, what about Alice? I get that she has connection to this with the Myrmidons and stuff, but is that enough?
We needed your help, Alice, to deactivate Dio's bombs.
Oh, of course. It seems like such a small thing, but of course, she was the one that knew how to decipher the Myrmidon's secret language, was she not?
Huh? But I didn't do anything.
You had the knowledge of how to do it.
But you did.
She didn't know the passwords, but she knew how to do code.
In another history.
Right, okay.
You were able to perform prime decomposition on the 25-digit integer that
Yes.
Dio left behind.
We've seen her do it.
Only you could do that sort of thing.
Oh my gosh, I'm understanding. Well, not Clover's bit, but hers.
Because of your feat of mathematics, we were about to determine that Dio had planted the bombs.
Right, okay, they did need her.
Then we were able to question him and get the password for the number 31.
Okay.
Finally, we used that information to stop the bomb in this timeline.
Of course. She was integral to helping with that, right? It was kind of like a thing where you needed a lot of people's help to do it, which is, again, is probably why they're all here.
Without your help, Alice, we would have been reduced to nothing more than so much space dust.
Right. It's true. It's true. Alice did help a lot. It's just unfortunately, she ended up getting killed in so many timelines.
This history exists because of your presence.
Maybe don't tell her about those, though. Yeah, Alice, you were important. I see now. I didn't even think about that, to be honest. Now, I can't help but wonder, are they going to say that Clover and Ten's Esper abilities are being hindered? Like, I don't know if Ten's is actually being hindered or not, but is it being hindered because Phi and Sigma are here and they're like, does it sap? It doesn't do that, right? I can't remember.
Now, let me explain why we needed Tenmyoji and Quark.
I need to know, especially why the kid's here. I'm assuming to put more stress on him, to make his Esper abilities work, but have his Esper abilities really been working?
Tenmyoji is simple.
He is an Esper too.
We needed you for the same reason we needed Clover.
Yeah, because now that we know who he really is, that makes sense. He's Junpei.
You are able to access the fourth dimension.
Yep, I get that.
Almost half a century ago, you used that ability to save a young girl, didn't you?
Yes.
Yeah, I did.
We needed you to resonate with Sigma and Phi, so we brought you here.
So, I hope they explain it, but does Clover and Ten's power feed into Sigma and Phi's, making it bigger? Is that why they couldn't end up doing much, Esper-wise? Because I don't think Ten's ever mentioned it.
All it took was a messenger.
A messenger.
Do you want to see Akane?
Oh, true.
If you do, come with me.
That was the message he got.
I was a fool and fell for it.
Yeah. But if you didn't, we wouldn't have had this opportunity, right? What if he didn't fall for it, though?
And you brought Quark with you.
I guess they knew. They must have known Junpei's heart and known that he couldn't... There's no way he would have said no, right? But you had to be 100% confident in it. And they were.
In fact, you insisted that he come.
Okay.
Yeah, I know. I guess you were worried about leaving me alone, huh?
Oh.
He kept saying he couldn't run off to the moon and leave me behind.
Because he's such a good guy.
I'm sorry, Quark. If I hadn't been so stupid and selfish, none of this would have happened to you.
Oh,
I never thought this would happen.
of course not. I mean, no one could have seen this.
Can you ever forgive me?
Oh, oh gosh. He's so sweet, isn't he?
Oh, don't worry about it. I mean, I agreed to come with you.
Quark's a good kid too. At least we figured that out. All of the shenanigans in the beginning of the game where Dio's like, that kid set me up. He was lying. We know now that Dio was an ass. He was the one lying. Quark's a good kid.
I thought the moon would be way more interesting than boring old Earth.
I'm glad that Quark was good.
What kid would turn that down?
That's true though. What kid doesn't want to go to the moon? You ever seen Space Camp?
We didn't see the messenger after we got on the ship.
But that should have been your first clue that something was wrong.
It was on autopilot.
Oh,
As
jeez.
soon as we got in, it headed straight for the moon.
Well, at that point, they didn't have a choice, though.
During the trip, Zero told me to keep quiet once we got there.
Right. He probably threatened him as well.
I don't remember anything after we landed.
Yeah.
Then there was a bunch of that white smoke, and we passed out.
So they got the same treatment even though they were brought. I see.
And when I woke up, I was in the AB room.
Yeah. Right. So they're pretty much now. They're in now. Oh God.
Dio.
Oh, let's talk about him.
His real name is Left.
Yes.
And he's the leader of a terrorist organization called the Myrmidons.
Yes, he is.
He was ordered to come here. The Myrmidons are under the control of an organization called Free the Soul.
Yes,
which
yeah.
is in turn controlled by a man known as Brother.
Ugh. Which is somehow related to 999 still, because of the robes and stuff, right?
It was Brother who orchestrated the release of Radical 6 into the general population 45 years ago.
Because didn't they show some kind of symbol that I believe Snake had on his robe in 999? But again, don't quote me on that. My head is so jumbled, I'm just trying to put bits and pieces together.
Do you remember what Phi mentioned earlier?
Which part?
The ultimate purpose of the AB project is to change history and keep Radical 6 from being released. If we succeed, that would be bad for Brother and his organization.
Of course.
Our success would prevent them from creating the ideal world they're working toward.
Right, that was kind of part of their thing, wasn't it?
That is why Brother sent Left, his trusted lieutenant, to this facility.
Right.
They needed to stop the AB project. So, Dio was given 2 tasks. The first was to eliminate Akane, the architect of the AB project.
Of course.
The second was to join the AB game and win it.
Right.
If Dio won the game, the AB project would not be completed, at least not in that timeline.
Right, of course.
In other words, in that world, the project would have been stopped.
Yes.
If things didn't go as planned, Dio was given a contingency plan.
The bombs.
If you cannot murder Akane and win the game,
Blow it all up.
destroy Rhizome 9.
Yep.
Hence, the bombs.
Got it.
Can I ask you something?
Please, I think we have a lot to ask, actually.
Perhaps.
Perhaps.
How did Brother know about the AB project?
That too.
He was also an Esper.
Oh, really? Oh.
We can set Brother aside for now, though.
Okay, do we know him? Like, more than what they're giving us here. Is this someone we know?
May I proceed?
Yes, go ahead. No one objected. We were all curious.
Excellent.
Okay, you know what I think we're gonna do? I think we are going to proceed in the next one. Again, I'm sorry. I'm just looking for breaks in the dialogue because I don't want to have a break while we're in the middle of a particular storyline. And we just got a hell of a lot of information that I want to process before we do the next one. And I want them to be kind of evenly spaced for the ending. So, oof. Okay, we have learned a lot so far. Let's learn more in the next one and see what's going on. I think I'm kind of right about some of these things, but I still have very many doubts about some things too. Guys, thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate you. I appreciate all the comments. Thank you so much for all the likes that everyone's giving me, and I will see you soon for hopefully a lot of explanation and closure maybe, but I don't know. These time travel games don't seem to give you a lot of closure, but we will try to do that in the next one. Now, I don't know if the next one is the finale or if we're going to be lucky and have one more after that. If we are, I think this LP will be very lucky and very blessed. We'll see what happens. Thanks again for watching, guys. I'll see you soon. Toodaloo.